Hey guys, it's Miss Shyrock. I wanted to come on here and read this week's story to you, okay? It's called When I Was Young in the Mountains. It's written by Cynthia Rowlett, illustrated by Diane Good. Okay, let's get started. It's dedicated to my grandparents, Elda and Farrell, and for Nicole and Christopher something. I don't know their last name. That was a crazy last name. When I was young in the woods, grandfather came home in the evening covered with black dust of a coal mine. Only his lips were clean, and he used them to kiss the top of my head. When I was young in the mountains, grandmother spread the table with hot cornbread, pinto beans, and fried okra. That sounds good. Later, in the middle of the night, she walked through the grass with me to the Johnny house and held my hand in the dark. I promised never to eat more than one serving of okra again. So they'd have to walk outside to go use the bathroom. When I was young in the woods, we walked across the cow pasture and through the woods carrying our towels. The swimming hole was dark and muddy, and we sometimes saw snakes, but we jumped in anyway. Somebody's jumping in right there. On our way home, we stopped at Mr. Crawford's for a mound of white butter. Mr. Crawford and Miss Crawford looked alike and always smelled of sweet milk. When I was young in the woods, we pumped pails of water from the well at the bottom of the hill and heated the water to fill round tin tubs for our baths. Afterward, we stood in front of the old black stove, shivering and giggling, while grandmother heated cocoa on top. So they took a bath. She's all wrapped up in her towel, and grandmother is making some cocoa, some chocolate. When I was young in the mountains, we went to church in the schoolhouse on Sundays and sometimes walked with the congregation through the cow pasture to the dark swimming hole for baptisms. My cousin Peter was laid back into the water and his white shirt stuck to him, and my grandmother cried. When I was young in the mountains, we listened to frogs sing at dusk and awoke to cowbells outside our windows. Sometimes a black snake came in the yard, and my grandmother would threaten it with a hoe. Ooh, look at that long back black snake, and she's about to chop its head off because the snakes would get the chickens and the chicken eggs, and that was not good. If it did not leave, she used the hoe to kill it. 4 of us once draped a very long snake, dead of course, across our necks for a photograph. Ooh! Ew! When I was young in the mountains, we sat on the porch swing in the evenings, and grandfather sharpened my pencils with his pocket knife. Grandmother sometimes shelled beans and sometimes braided my hair. The dogs lay around us, and the stars sparkled in the sky. A bobwhite whistled in the forest. When I was young in the mountains, I never wanted to go to the ocean, and I never wanted to go to the desert. I never wanted to go anywhere else in the world, for I was in the mountains, and that was always enough. The end. I hope you like that. This week, we're going to be talking about setting. Setting is where the story is happening, okay? So be thinking about that. Where did this story happen? Was she in a big city? Was she in the mountains? Was she at the beach? So be thinking about that, and we're going to be talking about setting all week long, okay? See you later. Bye.